like I have all these dreams for you and visions, but seriously? And the Lord just said,
so this is from the CCC Church, and this is from today, August 10th, 2023. You can see that this is by Bethel Music. Now, I'm going to show you why this is problematic, even though they use a lot of churchish words. You know, it sounds so spiritual. Well, so did Jim Jones and his People's Temple. Let's take a look at what Bethel Church is really all about.
Let's just mess around a little bit. And I feel like, oh, shut up, hey, P.S. My life sucks. I'm gonna fake it before I make it. I feel like they're like almost like you're like and I feel like it's just like you're like whoa, you're like yes I am. Yes, wow. I am. So as we would declare the power, life and death in our tongue, the power of life that we were declaring who he was, it was kind of like it just went boom out of the heart and went over the earth, just going, yes, that's who I am. And also, in that same motion and same picture, the Lord had this reflector mirror under his armpit. And, you know, I think God has an armpit. I don't know, but it was in the picture. So we're made in his image. I get it. But he had this reflector, and as our praise would just shoot up to him, this reflector would say, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're kind, you're wonderful. In one fluid motion, it would hit this reflector and shoot back to us, and the Lord would say, so are you. Okay. And this will kind of probably offend you, but oh well. And the Holy Spirit to me is like the genie from Aladdin.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Okay, now notice what she said is something that is repeated in our church when David Eubank is twisting the Bible to what he wants it to be, about him and his agenda, what's on his heart and his mind, which the preacher even said in the beginning of the service. We're going to hear about what's from David Eubank's heart, and it was never about the gospel. Get rid of your jinn possession. Get rid of your genie demonic possession with the toy gun. That's right. Now Islam has discovered a new way of exorcising the genies from your body with the toy gun. It's amazing. It's miraculous. And it's only $19.95 at an imam near you.
And the Holy Spirit to me is like the...
She says to me. The Holy Spirit to me.
Probably offend you, but oh well. And the Holy Spirit to me is like the genie from Aladdin.
Okay, so what are these people really telling us? That they're not going by the Bible. They're going by their own hearts. Well, what does the Bible tell us about that? It is a fool who trusts in his own heart. Okay, it also tells us not to respect these so-called prophets that are speaking things in his name that are not coming to pass and are not from him, which there's plenty of both to notice.
And for so many years in church, we have kind of embodied the mindset of the woe is me and you're so amazing and wonderful, but too bad I'm lame. You know what I mean? That concept of like, almost like you're there and I'm here and, you know. And I just view our relationship with the Lord very differently. And if you can imagine my daughter coming to me and just saying, Mom, I am so horrible. But you're just, Mom, you're so wonderful, Mom. No, baby. You're wonderful too. You are wonderful. That's it. I had this vision of worship one time. And this is nowhere in the Bible, I don't think, but I saw it, so I'm just going to tell you. The whole lot of stuff's not in the Bible. Have you ever noticed that? You're like, where is this in the Bible? But I saw this vision one time, and I saw us worshiping, and our worship shot up to heaven, up to God, and the Lord stood and he absorbed our praise. Have you ever wondered why we worship? Is it because God's this egotistical and he needs to function on our words or something? Have you ever wondered why we come together and we worship? Like, why do we do this? I mean, it's great and it's, all the right answers. But I hadn't even asking the Lord, but I just saw this picture in a meeting one time, and I saw our worship, and I saw it shoot up, and the Lord absorbed it. But in the same motion, he held a mirror, like under his armpit. Yes, I think God might have an armpit. I don't know. It was there in the picture. I'm just telling you what I saw, okay? Don't judge. So he had this mirror, and it shot, our praise rose up, and it shot into this reflector, and it shot back down to us, and he said, you are. So we would, as we were worshiping, we'd say, you're wonderful, Lord. And he'd hold it up, he'd hold this reflection, and he'd say, you are. So he would absorb what we were saying, but at the same time, almost in the same breath, he would prophesy back to us, you are, because you're mine, and you're made in my image. And just like our kids, we want them to have the most amazing life, the most blessed life, and to be great people, and to be caring, and to be kind. But for the love of the Lord, some days I just want them to get along. And all the parents said, sometimes you're like, seriously, I have so many visions and dreams for you, but if you argue one more minute, I'm going to lose my loving mind. And you just wonder if that's God's heart sometimes. Like, I have all these dreams for you and visions, but seriously? The comparison, the fighting, the bickering among siblings, I'm so tired of it. I often wonder, people say, or the word says actually, that the Lord was tested in every human way possible, right? Except for he wasn't a parent. Okay, I get the right answers for church. I get worship. I'm a good person. I get the rules, 10 Commandments, check. And the Lord just said, ask me about the grayscale. And I was like, what is the grayscale? When God asks you a question, how many know he already knows the answer? So of course I Googled it. Grayscale. In a color scheme, over here you've got black, over here you've got white, and then everything between those two colors is gray. You're not asleep. So I began to read up on this grayscale thing. And it said from black to white, all the different colors in between are different shades of gray. But what defines the gray, what defines what shade of gray it is how light is shown through the color. That's what defines or creates the color, is how light shines through it. Absence of light, full light. So the Lord began to speak to me about, in this world there are some things that are black and there are some things that are white, right? So I'm going to test you here. See if you're awake. I'm going to give you something and I want you to tell me if it's black or white. Ready? Sin. I just cheated for you. I just gave you that answer. Not so easy this time. Love. Okay, let's try this again. You're half asleep. I'm going to tell you something. If it is a not good black thing, I want you to say black. If it is a good thing, I want you to say white. Okay, are you ready? I have a 4-year-old, so I'm used to talking like this. Okay, kindness. Anger. Oh, really? Gray. Be angry and sin not. Anger, not sin. Gray. In life, I remember being in high school, and back in the day, I really loved Mariah Carey. And my mom would not let me listen to her. And I remember sneaking my cassette tapes of Mariah Carey. Now, I went through a season of my life where the Lord convicted me of it, and I knew for in that season, it was not a good choice for my life. And then a few years down the road, I remember getting another similar tape to that, and it was like completely different perspective of it. Like I had the grace to do it. All that to say, there's going to be times in your life where mundane things, simple things in your life, in one season, there will not be a grace for it, and the next there will. So I visualize God partially as Aslan from Narnia. Have you seen the new movies that they redid the Chronicles of Narnia? Oh, I just cried. That first Narnia when the lion walks with the little girl. See ya later. And I really view God as that the lion, and he's authoritative and he's courageous and he stands and he is not moved by anything, and he's so tender and he's so kind and he's such a dad and he's just warm, and but you don't mess with him. He is not playing around, but he would defend and protect and keep me close to his heart because I'm his. I could talk for days. See ya. And this will kind of probably offend you, but oh well, it's what I see. I view the Holy Spirit like the genie from Aladdin. And he's blue. Unplanned. Perfect. And he's funny. And he's sneaky. And he's courageous. And he's everywhere. And he's wonderful. He's wonderful. And he's a comforter. He knows what I need in every moment. I can just curl up and just lay on him. He knows everything. He knows every aspect of my life. He knows me thoroughly. He knows what I'm great at. He knows what I'm working on. And he's so real. He's tangible. He's right here. Because nothing good has come from people looking inward. That lower state that he talked about today, nothing good has come from that sulking, depressed state. You know, when you look inward in your life, it's not so pretty. But when you take who God is and who you are in him, and you place that before you as your vision, as your focus, you can change the whole world. I won't be overwhelmed. You will help me. You will help me do this. Don't write yourself off, because this world needs you to rise up where you are in God, whether that's raw and an hour in him or 50 years in him. This world needs you to rise up in who you are and find somebody to pour into. I feel like they're like almost like you're like and I feel like it's just like you're like whoa, you're like
Okay, let's take a look at this heretic, Jen Johnson. Not only does she say that the genie is like this, but Jesus to me.
I feel like I'm supposed to ask you to ask him some questions today. And I want you to go to him and ask him to define who he is to you and what that looks like. So my God to me, Jesus to me, and the Holy Spirit to me is like the genie from Aladdin. That's black. I don't agree. That's whole. I don't care. It's who he is to me, and he's funny. He's sneaky. He's silly. He's wonderful. He's like the wind. He's all around.
A complete heretic.